Welcome back. Data download time. A growing number of Democratic 2020 candidates are floating the idea of abolishing the Electoral College. No surprise, because in 2 of the last 5 presidential elections, Democrats have won the popular vote and still lost the election. Take 2016. Hillary Clinton got over 65 million votes, while President Trump got just under 63 million. But it was President Trump who won the presidency with 306 electoral votes over Clinton's 232. Now, the idea behind the Electoral College was to keep small states from being ignored by presidential candidates. But in reality, the presidential race is always decided by the battleground states. In 2016, just 14 of the most competitive states received 99% of the campaign ad spending and 95% of visits by the candidates on the campaign trail. And it had nothing to do with population. Some were small, like New Hampshire and Maine, but some were bigger, like Florida and Ohio. What's more, not all electoral votes count the same. Since each state gets an electoral vote for each senator and House member, a small state like Wyoming, with a population of only 577,000 people, gets 3 electoral votes. That breaks down to 1 electoral vote for every 192,000 people. Now look at the state of California, where nearly 40 million people get only 55 electoral votes. That is 1 electoral vote per every 719,000 people. But what if we made the number of electoral votes proportional to each state's population? Well, using Wyoming's standard of 1 vote per 192,000 people, it would keep its 3 votes, but California would wind up with a whopping 205 electoral votes. Now, do that for every state, and there would be almost 1,700 electoral votes in play, making the new magic number 850 to win. So would that have changed the 2016 result? Actually, no. Donald Trump would still have won. Now, there are other options. Electoral votes could be distributed proportional to each state's popular vote or simply by congressional district. But for now, at least the candidates will have to win the old-fashioned way. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and then click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.